Before moving into the Uttaramerur inscription, this is important because recently Prime Minister Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi, had referred to the Uttaramerur inscription and the convention of or basically the that democracy in India is not something that is new to our country. It existed even 1,000 years or 1,500 years back. So because Uttaramerur inscription is very important because it refers, it was basically known as Kuduvulai. Just you guys need to remember Kuduvulai system. Okay. Kuduvulai system refers to the type of democracy that existed there. I'll discuss it in a bit of detail because since it was mentioned by our Prime Minister, so it is something that we need to know. So it was not the exact form of democracy that was present during that period of time. Okay, it was not an exact form of democracy that was present time because there was no, yes, I see that one of you guys have mentioned as election. There was no election during this period of time. Yes, it was a form of democracy in which in which there was people from the wards used to get selected to form committees and all. But yes, that committees used to stay only for a period of 1 year, and then there used to be change, and no one could continue for more than 1 year. I'll discuss that here. But yes, there was no form of election, but rather there was a system of lottery on the basis of which people were selected. Okay. So Uttaramerur inscription. So Uttaramerur inscription belongs to the reign of Parantaka the first. Okay, this is the important king to which reign Uttaramerur inscription belongs to, and it has been found on the walls of Vaikunda Perumal temple. Okay, these are two important key terms that you guys need to remember. Now coming to the next topic. Now Uttaramerur inscription is basically what 1100 years old, and basically it describes the processes of village self-governance. And this is where India is trying to link itself that India is the democracy is not something that started in India since 1947. But it was something that was already present in India. India is one of the world's oldest democracies. So this is something a part of our foreign policy that we are trying to project ourselves in the global forums. Okay. So basically in the Uttaramerur inscription, it was mentioning about the elections of Sabhas. Okay. Sabhas were basically, so there was something like Sabhas, Urd and Nagaram. So Sabhas were basically regions where Brahmins used to live. Okay. Or were basically regions where people from all castes could live. Okay. And Nagaram were basically towns or cities. Okay. So all had different form of administration. Okay. Now, basically what has happened, the inscription is form of a constitution. Basically in the Uttaramerur inscription, a lot of things has been mentioned. It is not that but the things that have been mentioned to this period, the period to which Parantaka the first belongs to, it has mentioned the way in which election in the Sabhas are conducted. Sabhas in which elections are conducted, where qualifications of candidate, that what ensures that a candidate is qualified to fight in the elections, what ensures that the candidate are disqualified, okay, basically which are Article 102 of the Constitution, okay, the basis of which the article are disqualified, qualification and all has been mentioned here, okay, and how the elections are not basically elections, but how it is the candidates are selected, you can say, okay. Now coming to what does it say? So basically, Sabhas are an assembly which is exclusively meant for Brahmins, and it had specialized in committees with different things. So there were basically 30 wards, and all these 30 wards in this region would send one candidate. So why I'm discussing this Uttaramerur inscription again in detail is because it was mentioned by the Prime Minister. So it is essential that you guys, before going to prelims, know something about the type of elections that happened during the time of Parantaka the first. Okay, so basically what happened, all these 30 wards, one candidate used to come, and there used to be certain committees used to be formed. Okay, I'll tell you the name of these committees. We'll go through them just now. But before these committees were formed, what happened? There used to be kept a bowl. In bowl, there were a lot of chits that were kept. Okay, and basically a boy or a girl used to come, a small boy or a girl. It was essential that everyone in the village would come and participate. Participate means they would come and stand in that surrounding area, and a boy or a small boy and girl would come up and pick the chit. And whoever whosoever name was written on that chit would be selected as the representative from that ward. Okay, so you can see it was not basically a process of election, but rather a lottery system kind of a thing. So what were the qualifications that were necessary to qualify to fight to become a candidate to fight in the election or in the system also? Basically, there the member who wishes to be a candidate has to be an owner of a certain amount of land. Okay, and his age must be between 35 to 70 years of age, and he should have basically he should have knowledge of the Vedas. Okay, so there were certain things like basically he should know either one. This is not important here, but he should have either known one Veda or two Vedas or three Vedas, and something like this has been mentioned there. Okay, and disqualification again. Those who have not submitted their account books, or someone who has involved themselves in alcohol, theft, and adultery, all these kind of things would lead to disqualification of the candidate. Okay. So it was also essential for them to submit their account books. Okay. And again, such type of qualifications and disqualifications have been mentioned in the Uttarameru inscriptions. So what were the responsibilities that were done? So since, as you can see, there were 30 members, and from these 30 members, there were 5 committees.